things that being famous, being a celebrity, has got all the good side. It's got some downside, hasn't it? You can't normally do things you would like to do.
I think that's the only thing that, only part of the trade-off of quote, stardom that, that has sort of blown my mind a little bit, because I like people, I like being with people, and can't do it anymore.
Now, if you have to go buy something, go shopping, is that a bummer for you when you go out and people are lurking over at one side?
I can't go shopping anymore.
You don't do it?
No. Although I've learned how to almost become invisible. You know, just move fast and sort of scratch my head as I'm walking. You know.
Somebody told me, yeah, that if you walk and kind of keep your head just kind of down and don't look at people, you can move along. But that's no way to go through life, is it? Walking down the street with your head down like that.
Well, and also I think you know it's nice to look people in the eye and say hi and I like doing that. I like that part of it.
What's the upside outside of the money? I remember Jack Benny once said, you know, he was a very simple man, and he said the one thing he liked about being a celebrity, the only thing, he says, I don't have to stand in line at airports. That was one thing because they knew him. The little thing like that.
From that point of view, it's neat because you're treated real well, and you go to the first class lounge or fly the MGM Grand, and so there are a lot of perks that come along with it that make it pretty neat. But
what's your worst experience when you go out? What did you used to like to do that you find that you're not able to do anymore?
I used to that I can't do anymore.
Yeah, some people, you know, they
go to a movie.
Yeah,
would be one.
Now you go to a screening room or something, or you go to the studio and see it?
I almost never get to watch movies because, you know, I've been working so nonstop.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking forward to this time, you know, to have off, but I'm writing 2 songs for Roadhouse, so I'm in the studio all the time, and then doing benefits. I've gotten really involved with charity work, and so I'm flying around doing that kind of stuff all the time. So
life's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember we talked briefly before when you were here that things weren't easy. You had more. If I remember, you had more accidents or more problems.
We're not going to go to.
No, I don't want to.
Last time you started crying. Well,
it sounded like General Hospital. You said, yes, and I did this, and I know the suffering and so forth and so on. But
when my leg was almost amputated, I felt like leaving. I felt pretty embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because it looked like I was.
And after you talked about it on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what else? You not only had that, but you had other...
Yeah, I've had a lot of knee surgery.
Well, no, what that was, I forgot. What did that come from?
Football first, and then gymnastics, and then going ahead and dancing with ballet companies in New York for 7 years, and I caused 3 more operations because I couldn't accept it. We're going to do it again.
No, I don't want But now you're out riding horses?
Uh-huh.
Now, isn't that a nice way to re-injure everything?
Well, the roping... calf roping and stuff.
I don't understand this. You've got all these injuries. Now you're out calf roping?
Well, that's what I love to do. You know, just because.
Well, what did you learn to do? When did you first start doing that?
My dad was a Texas state champion calf roper and got involved with it, and that's one of my biggest dreams to honor my father is to get to do a western someday.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you say rodeo or rodeo?
Rodeo.
Rodeo, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I say.
It's the only way to say it.
I guess the sophisticates say we went to the rodeo. Yeah, it's rodeo. So you do calf roping? Did you ever do the other?
I did some bulldogging and bull riding.
That's good for you. Yeah, that's... Do you ever think you got a death wish here somewhere, Swayze, where you're just...
I actually sort of have. You know,
do you like to do something and just for the sake of taking something a little bit, only because the element of danger is there?
I used to, not so much anymore. You know, with motorcycles and horses and things like that. I'm not quite the daredevil that I used to be. You know, I mean, like when in New York, I was doing Music Man at Paper Mill Playhouse in Jersey. It's about a 45-minute drive, and I'd leave 15 minutes before I was supposed to make it. Past 2 cops like they were standing still, and they were doing about 60. And
just on a motorcycle?
Yeah, I was doing like 110. And I figured that, you know, if they catch me, they're going to put me away and throw away the key. So I left. When you come out, you know, the Washington Tunnel, come around that high thing, I knew that, you know, if I stayed on the freeway, they were going to get me. So I went airborne on a Honda 750. I went off the freeway, and I knew I was going to, you know, nose over. So I had to get my front end up. So I jammed up. So the only thing I did to my motorcycle was ripped up the fender, but and just popped the clutch and hopped two curbs and took off through a field, and they never caught me. But
I give you about 2 more years, Patrick, before you buy the farm, keeping this stuff up.
But now
Are you off the motorcycles now?
No, got my Harley. That's my baby. But My Harley saves my life. Like on location, like in Chicago, I found this one blues club that I could go to late at night, and
where they don't bug you.
Yeah, and all the black boys became my buddies and kept everybody away from me, so I was able to listen to the blues night after night.
Yeah, nice thing about it, you get the independence with a motorcycle. You can get out and get away from town.
Put on a helmet, wear a helmet.
Yeah, we could get into a long, detailed talk on that. I don't quite understand the people who say, they want the wind rushing through their hair.
Well, I sort of like it, too, but, and everybody says it's completely uncool to wear a helmet on a Harley, but I'd rather be alive than cool.
Or the wind whistling through your brains, I think you're right there. Now, you do stunt work, fighting, but you used to do a little fighting yourself, amateur boxing, right?
No. Well, I did a little Golden Glove boxing in school, but I've been into martial arts for a lot of years, just from the point of view of, you can find a peace in martial arts that you don't in anything else. I think it's called in martial arts.
Inner type of strength.
Yeah, it's called finding your key, or finding your center. And in the beginning, I got into martial arts like everybody else did because my self had been whooped so many times. I wanted to be able to whoop back.
And you were ready to take them on. Then you find out it's really a philosophy more than
that it can do your insides and your soul a whole lot of good.
We're looking good. It's nice to see you in one piece. Right. No injuries. Stay healthy.
I will.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Do you see at the Galleria? So it's not Valerie, it's Valeria. And she's in a big hit movie with Dustin Hoffman. It's called Rainmaker. No, it's called Rain Man, isn't it? What is the name of the picture? It's a big hit. It's called Rain Man.
Say good night, Johnny.
Good night, Johnny. We'll see you tomorrow.
Next, comedian Elaine Boozler and jazz musician Stanley Jordan visit Late Night with David Letterman.